Good morning. It is autumn. I wanted to show you the beautiful leaves of the trees. We're about a week and a half away from Samhain, aka Halloween. So I thought I'd talk about spirits and ghosts and hauntings, and what are better to do that than at a cemetery. It's a very beautiful old cemetery with old growth trees, and it is gorgeous. So, in this beautiful cemetery, and I'm gonna start with spirits. What are spirits? Everyone is a spirit. Everything has a spirit. We are all spirits experiencing life in human form. And even inanimate objects, like rocks and even the human-made items, they all have a spirit to them. Some spirits are more complex than others, like us, but we're all just spirit, and spirit is divine source. Divine source experiencing itself through a bunch of different lenses. And so before we are born, we're spirits in the spirit realm. Then we are born, we pass through the veil of forgetting to come live here. And then when we die, we go right back to the spirit realm through the veil of forgetting. One of these headstones looked like there was a person standing over there. So that's what spirit is. We are spirit. We're not human. We're experiencing life as human for this lifetime, but we are spirit. That's what we truly are. Divine source. So ghosts are spirits who have passed on, but for whatever reason, usually if it's like a sudden death or something very traumatizing, or they feel like there's something that they have left to do on the physical plane, that's when a spirit gets, quote unquote, stuck. Like, they're not really stuck. For some reason or another, they're confused, or they're not ready to pass back through the veil to the spirit realm. So that's what a ghost is, essentially. It is a spirit that has remained on the physical plane and has not passed through the veil back to the spirit realm. Okay? And the spirit realm is right here. I don't know, it's hard to explain, because the spirit realm, there is no time or space. However, their plane of existence is parallel with ours. We share the same space. We're always surrounded by spirits. However, coming through the veil of forgetting, we forget that they're there. We forget how to communicate with them. We all have the ability to do it. The clairsenses, if you tap into those and practice them and get better at it, you can communicate with anyone on the other side. I'm having a hard time holding this because there's a bunch of energy zinging through me right now because I'm in a cemetery, and living people come to a cemetery to talk to their loved ones who have passed on. So people say a lot of cemeteries are haunted, but we come here to talk to them and they know it, so they come here to try to talk to us because they always want to talk to us. It's just we forgot how to talk to them. So I'm going to turn around because the leaves back here are gorgeous, although I don't know if you can see them very well. So I got a lot of energy zinging through me right now, and it's making my arm sore because that's the right hand, and that's the arm that usually zings when people want to communicate with me. Sorry, spirits, I'm not communicating with anyone today, except for the people who are watching this video. So, hauntings are not always ghosts. So, because we share the same realm, if, say, a place or location is dubbed haunted, and people go there to try to investigate and talk to the spirits that are haunting that place, spirits want to talk to us, so they're going to go there and try to communicate with us. So at any given haunted location, you could be talking to ghosts, or you could be talking to a spirit that's on the other side of the veil but still wants to try to communicate with you. So there are also different levels or types of hauntings. So there's an intelligent haunting, right, where a spirit and or ghost is trying to communicate with you directly and is intelligently answering the questions you're asking and communicating through devices, okay? Because when you're spirit, you're just energy. And all of our devices, like REM pods and stuff, they run off of batteries, which is energy. So it's easier for them to manipulate them because it's the same source, Then there are residual hauntings. And what that is because sound and action create energy. Sometimes if something with a lot of energy behind it, or something that's repetitive, that has been done in the same place, the same way, multiple times, it leaves an energy imprint on that space, whether it's sound or, actions, movements, or whatever. So essentially, you're hearing echoes of the past is basically what you're doing. So that would be a residual haunting. And then you have poltergeists, which are usually things that get moved. Okay. Poltergeist is a little bit of a trickier topic because a lot of people believe that a poltergeist actually comes from a person, or a person's energy, especially teenagers when they're going through puberty and there's a lot of confusion and turmoil that can turn into a very strong force that mimics, a haunting, I guess. And then there are egregores. And egregores are also human-made. They are made from a collective consciousness. So, for example, you go to a haunted place and this one person caught this picture that they believed looked like a ghost. And then they have a suspicion. They think, oh, well, I know about this person who was here. Maybe that's who it is. And then they show somebody else the picture. And so this rumor spreads that there's this spirit here and it's this person or whatever. And because so many people see it or hear it, they start to believe it, they can literally manifest a new entity that follows that storyline or whatever, that fills that storyline. That's how powerful human thought is. Like, we are divine source. We are co-creators. We can literally create entities with just the power of thought and the collective consciousness. And the kind of scary thing is it doesn't have to be, like, it could just be a handful of people. It doesn't have to be like a ton of people. So, like, for example, in the case of the Ouija board, there's this stigma that the Ouija board has an evil spirit that scares people. And so many people believe this, like a lot of people believe this, that it has manifested an egregore that's attached to it. That is, the personification of evil, and it scares you and it tries to mess with you. So the Ouija board itself isn't a bad thing. It can be a useful tool if, one, you disregard the egregore attached to it, and you set boundaries, and you're specific. You have to be specific about who you want to talk to. If you go and you're like, are there any spirits around me who want to talk to me? Can you really get upset if something negative shows up because you weren't specific about who you wanted to talk to? I mean, all of the spirits, all the entities, most of them want to talk to us. And so few humans know how, that when someone is reaching out, they get excited. They want to communicate with you. So if you're not specific about who you want to talk to, because you create your reality and you have free will, so you have to be adamant. I want to talk to so-and-so, and I don't want any negative entities or spirits communicating with me. You have to establish that, and then you have to believe it. You gotta, truly mean what you're saying. Okay? So, egregore is actually a pretty common haunting. For that reason. Rumors spread, people believe it, and so it is created. A lot of my, honestly, my opinion with mythologies and stuff, a lot of the old gods could have been egregores, and or like personified versions of the archetypical energies. But yeah, so we are all spirits. Ghosts, for one reason or another, stay on the physical plane and refuse to go back to the spiritual realm. And there are different kinds of hauntings. And I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. The quick rundown of what I've learned and come to know to be true. So I hope that helps. Happy Samhain and happy Halloween, or All Hallows Eve, or Dios de los Muertos, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have fun and enjoy, and hopefully this video helped you in some way or another. So peace, have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you next time. So just a quick side note, if you want to communicate with loved ones who have passed on, you don't need someone to do it for you, okay? Like I said, there is no time and space in the spiritual realm. So if you want to talk to them, just talk out loud to them wherever you are. They can travel to you in an instant. They hear their name, they'll be with you. They'll hear you. Just talk to them like you'd talk to somebody who's standing right in front of you, and they'll hear you. And if you want to give them permission to try to contact you back or whatever, or show you a sign that they're there, they need permission most of the time to do anything less than subtle. So tell them what you want to tell them. Give them permission to show you a sign if that's what you want. They'll be there. They're going to hear you. Okay?